Okay, guys, I think we got it. Thanks very much for tuning in. This here will actually be an experimental little video. I hope that you will find your way onto this because I'm pretty sure this stuff has potential. Again, my name's Epi. We are currently in the lobby waiting for Power Rangers to go up against Quantic. And with me will actually be 7ckngMad from mTw, former captain with Sox from the Western Wolves, and before that Team Shakira, so a very, very experienced player. Thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to the stream.
Yeah, no problem. What we're currently just doing is sitting in the lobby waiting for the game to start and maybe discuss some stuff about Dota in general, because there's so many things that I think the fans of Dota want to ask pro players, but they never get the chance. And I think one of the things is, for example, Puppy from Navi. Obviously, he's at the moment with mTw and Syndran, one of the most famous people out there. And obviously, he was asked in an interview what can a Dota player do to become better. And Puppy said you should make a team and you should try to play like you are a team, and then you can become better. Do you agree with this to 100%? Is there anything else you would add to this?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Well, let's say that how do you improve as a player or as a team is different, but I guess if you want to improve as a Dota player, you need to check out how other better players use their heroes and just play the game and try to copy what they do at first. So that's the best way to improve, I think. It's to imitate other players at first, like players that already master the heroes they use.
Yeah, and I guess they also said one thing is that it's hard if you're starting out with a new team to even get teams that are very good that will scrim with you, because they say that that's also a very big factor, that if you play against like medium or mediocre teams that aren't that great, then they will never pull strats against you that will make you really know how the game works perfectly, how to execute strats, and you're not prepared if you go up against the big teams. And is there, besides this whole thing that you will go and play as a team, is there anything else that you think is very important if you want to become a better player? Maybe about your attitude about the game, how you think about the game. Anything from your experience that you can give to the newer players?
Yeah, if I could give some advice about it's dedication, and also give importance to every single mistake. Just don't let a mistake, you do a mistake and you're just it's a little one, we can forget it. No, just fix every mistakes one after the other. That's how you improve seriously, because even if you don't play against a really good team as for Scream or something, you can play against mediocre team, but still you will see in your play, only your play, not even how they play, just your play, if you're doing mistakes or not. And this is really important, and you can fix your mistakes before you get to play against a really good team.
Yeah, I guess that's really important. And it's it's almost always two things. You kind of have to study your own play and your own mistakes, and then you also have to study the team that you will be playing against. Do you have what do you do there? Is it 50-50, or do you don't really care that much about the team you play against, or do you actually invest a lot of time to find out how the enemy is basically ticking?
Well, usually it depends on the tournament you're playing in and the team you're playing against, of course. Sometimes you can't investigate on them because they didn't play much before, but on the European scene at least, teams know each other pretty well because they play many different tournaments, so you know the headlines, let's say, of their playstyle.
Yeah. There was one other thing. Yeah, exactly. Now, one more thing that came to mind is that in events, for example, Dreamhack, obviously, when you attended there with Syndran and the rest of your team, for some reason, you guys just turned on beast mode and started just destroying the other teams. And then on the main stage against Navi, can you just... I saw the video of you guys afterwards, and you're like, how do you feel right now? And just yeah! Just kind of freaking out, and
yeah,
I think that described it best. But how was the experience in general to be on a huge stage, have tens of thousands of people watching you, and you're beating freaking Navi?
Well, it's really awesome. I can't even tell how awesome it was. And especially Navi, because this team has been winning against every other team for a year. They stomped International pretty much. They Like we had hopes in eHome so they can challenge them at ESWC last year, and Navi just like played so awesome that eHome didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
And then they won some other tournament. It's like unbeatable, really impossible. And then to be able to win versus them, like in a huge LAN event, because Dreamhack is the biggest LAN event that happened in Dota 2
Yeah.
so far on the European and American scene, and on the main stage against them, it was really awesome. Seriously, we couldn't even realize it, you know.
Yeah, dude, when I saw that after, because my girlfriend and I were lying on our beds and we like have this beamer, this big picture, and we were just watching the whole games, and I just imagined, man, as soon as you guys were winning, I was just thinking, man, how fucking awesome must it feel now to be on
Oh,
stage
yeah.
there and be the winner, you know, of the fucking grand final, beating them. You could just, I don't know, man, like, it must feel like the world is yours, you know?
Yeah, no, it feels really awesome, and it's like when the throne is going down, you're like, are we really gonna win DreamHack versus Navi? Is it really happening, or what? It's just like maybe it's best of 5. We didn't understand, you know. And it's like no, we actually won, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, and I like that. I don't want to say any certain names, but just from the impression that, for example, Sark, Sindra, and you made during the interviews, it just seemed very mature, you know. And it seems that maturity and kind of responsibility too is something that the Dota 2 scene doesn't really have right now. And like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because obviously you guys are some very responsible people. Navi is very professional as well. But why do you think is it that Dota 2 kind of lags behind other big esports titles like StarCraft 2, where there's still so much, you know, you could say there's a lot of drama in the Dota 2 scene. Why is that?
Well, I guess it's because Dota 2 is like still in beta mode, and it's like it's growing, of course, but it's a pretty new game. Like it was introduced for last international, so it's not even 1 year at competitive level, you know that. So I guess this has something to do with it. I don't really know much about the other games like StarCraft 2 or even like League of Legends or whatever. So I can't really say the difference, but Dota 2 is meant to grow, that's for sure, and with the game growing, the professional attitude of players and even organization, everything will get better, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, personally I can't wait for that to happen, because I think
Yeah,
yeah,
this
it's
game has a huge potential.
yeah, man, it's the fucking best game in the world, man, for sure.
It is, it is.
It is so awesome. One thing that I wonder about is, what is it about your team and about the people on your team that makes you kind of get this extra bonus of energy when you are live in person on LAN? Because it seems that mTw online is a great team, and when they're on LAN, they fucking explode. You know, it's why is it that the last couple of games you were
Yeah.
just dominating?
Yeah, it's like when we were Western Worlds with Fanzi and Sox. Although we weren't playing at this level, we still wanted to, and we didn't have even sponsor at one point. We still wanted to go to every single LAN we could find, because we know that LAN experience is it does a lot for you, because you have in LAN you have two kind of teams. You have the teams that can't play with pressure. They're pressured because they see the other team in front of them, they see the audience, I don't know. So they don't play it's not even that they play as good as online, they play worse. And teams like Navi that have no pressure on LAN because they've been winning, they have confidence, and they've played like, I don't know how many LANs they played, those guys. They don't have this pressure, and they play with the other team they have. They know that they're pressured, so they will, like, in their playstyle, they will be more aggressive on so it has a huge impact on, and we knew it, we figured it out on our first LAN that we couldn't play as good as we should. So we tried to do every single LAN one after the other, even if we had to go there by our own means, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, it pays off, because now we realize that we don't have any pressure in LAN. We play even better because we're like live with each other, and we make sure that none of the 5 players is like, I'm just bored with this game, or like we play less carefully, you know. So everybody is like full focused on the game from the first minute to the end. So we make almost no mistakes, because we really focus. When online, you can like just, I don't know, let's say you don't play as serious as online. At least for us, it happens a lot.
Okay, I understand. And is how is the during the game? Is it still in a way that is it for you guys all business? You know, is it just dead serious mode on and it's all business, or is it also possible to have a lot of fun, or does like the having fun start after the victory?
No, we have a lot of fun in game. Of course, like, for example, for Dreamhack, it's really high pressure games because a lot is at stake, so it's different. But we have a lot. Like it's really important to have fun playing, else it might get boring. Even if you like, if you have to practice as well, and if you're bored every game you played, it will not work out. You need to have fun when you play. But our team, it's a bit different because we were having some kind of results, but like we were winning against really good teams and losing. It was really unstable. And same goes for Syndrome with his old mTw team. And when we built this team, we were like we're gonna practice really hard, and we aim top level, nothing else. So lots of like dedication and hard work. We knew that we will have to do this. That's why we look like maybe really professional and that we really serious, because we wanted this to work out, and it paid off in the end. So it's really, I'm so glad to see that the hard work pays. You know, it's really, I'm happy with that.
I think everybody is, man, and you guys are the proof of this. And I think one thing that's really ballsy of Syndron is that in the beginning, guys, you were a really new team, and Syndron was streaming your scrims, you know, your practice games.
Yes.
And that takes ginormous balls, man, because obviously Dota, it's you guys, you know, we're all young. We're all like beginning of 20, mid 20 years old, you know. So we're also kind of still developing in a way, and having to deal with conflict is very important in Dota 2 as well, to be able to discuss with your team about mistakes and stuff like this. And I remember I was watching you guys after a game. You were discussing things, and I was really impressed that you guys were able to you know, say that you think that was wrong or this was wrong, but not like be insulting to each other. You were able to like productively discuss the things that were going on, and I was surprised that you guys didn't start fighting and be like, oh fuck this, you know, I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, this is really important that you need to it's same goes for work. It's like work is something, and then like you can like joke with the players and everything, and you don't need to get mad if you disagree on something in game. You just need to fix it, because you know that for the team it's better that we all like sit down and talk and fix every single mistake that we see. But for this you need to have players that are like no ego players, you know, players that know they're good and know they can make mistakes like everybody else. Nothing wrong with that. So they can accept the mistakes they do and accept criticism. This is really important for a team. And I think like this is why this team worked out, because everyone agrees to, let's say, to accept that they can do mistakes. This is really important, and some players don't, and it's a problem.
Yeah, and I think that is that having realized this as a team and being able to then work on that mature basis, that's one thing that you guys have that many other teams probably don't. They don't real. And do you have any like when it comes to communication with each other? Do you have like any rules, or do you just you know, you're just lucky that all 5 of you are, you know, the way you are?
It's like when we decided to make this team, we basically it's me and Sox deciding to build this team, and we played with many different rosters, with many different players, and many different characters. You know, like so we know how important it is to have modest, like I described earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So we choose our players, like we asked some players, knowing that we needed this kind of player. You know what I mean? Like we knew that, for example, Syndron is an extremely good player, and he's also open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he will he will admit his mistakes and work on it like anybody else would do. Same goes for Kebab, and it's players also that can dedicate a lot of time to practice, because we needed a lot of practice at the beginning. So it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I have to stop my recording right now. 7ckngMad, this was awesome. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Sure.
because I just remembered that I don't have a delay on, so I gotta start my stream. And you guys, I will be. Let me actually switch over to my face. Guys, I will be back very soon. I have 0 delay on stream, so I will stop my stream right now, and I will upload this VOD as well. If you guys watch this, we want more, then let me know in the comments. If you want a certain player or more with fucking Mad, how you like the idea, any feedback, let me know. And I will be right back, guys. I will restart my stream. Wait for 2 minutes, please, and then we will go Power Rangers against Quantic with fucking